Welcome back to Origami Snowman. My name is Matt. I'm back on Elantris. We're talking about it again. I haven't gotten too much progress. Actually, you know what? That's not fair. I'm doing okay. I've made some progress. But story-wise, plot-wise, not a lot of progress. I'm maybe a third of the way through. We'll say a third of the way through. So I'm wondering, at some point in time, Sareen and Raoden have to meet. Like, they have to. They haven't yet. They haven't yet. Raoden is actually doing, he's being admirable, and I like that. I like that in a hero. I also like when a hero has like an arc, when he learns and when he grows. Apparently, Raoden, we didn't meet him really at all. We didn't meet him before he was afflicted with, I believe it's called the Shad, whatever, before he got sick and died. Before he was thrown into Elantris, we see him wake up and he's ravenous. He's super hungry and he doesn't know why. But then he realizes, oh, it's because I'm dead, and that is part of this. The hunger, I just realized the hunger kind of makes these people seem sort of like zombies now that I think about it, but they're not. So we didn't get to know him before he was thrown into Elantris. We only get to know him alongside Sareen. She doesn't know him either, but she asks everyone about him. They all describe him, and that's how we kind of learn about who he was. But we also see him acting within Elantris, like when he's in there, we see that he's not one to give up. He's a pessimist. Nope, he's an optimist. Oops, he's an optimist, and he refuses to believe that despair is their only choice. And so I really like that. I like that in a character. I would have liked to have seen a little bit of growth, a little bit of an arc, but both he and Sareen are kind of thrust into this situation. We literally know nothing about them before we see them making decisions and taking action, which is fine. The book's already long enough, but that I think would have been helpful. That would have made me appreciate what they're doing now. But of the three main storylines, Sareen, Hrathen, and Raoden, Hrathen, he's kind of, nothing really has changed much. He's still kind of doing his thing. We haven't learned anything new. We've just kind of had what we've already known kind of dialed in a little bit more. So there's not much for us to learn, or not much for me to say about him in what I've read so far. But Sareen, she has kind of she has basically invited herself to be part of this group of, I don't know what you call them, schemers, because they consider what they're doing treasonous. It is a form of rebellion. They are looking for ways to either destabilize the king or to manipulate him into just doing better. And so we've got this kind of underground group that they're trying to fix things without breaking them further. It's interesting. I actually quite like that part. Normally the politics and the bureaucracy in a story bore me, but this, I actually am enjoying it. Brandon Sanderson, he does such a good job of writing three-dimensional characters. And me, when I think politician, I have two people in mind. There's the greedy, the self-serving political, career politician who is just taking bribes, and whoever can pay him the money, that's who gets his vote, and there's that guy. And then there's the young upstart who has morals and who has passion and who has, scruples and ethics, and who inevitably has to make decisions at odds with his ethics in order to get anything done. Those are, in my tiny little imagination, those are the only two kind of politicians that are worth writing about. But Brandon Sanderson did a great job. He's got all these other guys, these other personalities, and they all have different styles and different approaches, and they're all individuals and they're very unique. And I really appreciate that. And on top of it all, they've all agreed that Sarene needs to start going to parties, which honestly, it feels like Mistborn. When Kelsier told Vin that she was going to have to put on a dress and she was going to have to go and play this part that he has given her, and she's going to have to do a good job, and she can't be the street urchin anymore. Now she's got to be royalty. And I really enjoyed those parts of those books. I thought they were fantastic. And I really like Sarene because she doesn't have to hide behind a mask. She gets to just be herself. And so she kind of gets to go in and upset all the normalcy and say all the things that everyone's thinking, but no one has the guts to say. And I love a character like that. So she's really interesting. She's really fun. And Raoden, he has started, again, I mentioned this in the last video, he started to put together a team of people to make Elantris better. Well, another one of the gang leaders came to him and decided that he shouldn't be doing what he was doing. So she ordered her people to tear down the building and break everybody's limbs. And he stopped her and he said, "Hey, I can get you into the king's palace." And so she stops and she thinks about what he says and she takes him up on his offer. So he saves his people and she gets what she wants and they get to know each other. And I think Raoden knows that they're all people. They all want essentially the same thing, and that is to stop the despair, provide for their people. They all want the same thing. They want hope. And if he could just talk to these people and reason with them, they could all agree to work together and make it happen. And so I think he used that opportunity to, spend a little more time with her, let her get to know him, make good on his promises. And he personally got nothing out of the deal except to protect his people. And she, I won't say what she did, but it was very sweet. It was a very endearing act that she was trying to do. She wasn't trying to assassinate anyone or steal anything. She just wanted to say goodbye to someone. And I love moments like that because even though we know the people in Elantris, they're still humans. They're still individuals. They still have hearts and they still have hope, dwindling hope, but they still have dreams and they still are valuable. It's still really easy to see them through the eyes of all the people who are not in Elantris, to see them as monsters, to see them as, broken and worthy of being discarded. And she, just with that one little action, made you remember, okay, you know what? No, they're all they all left something behind. They all hurt and they all want better for themselves and for the people around them. And so that was a really, really smart moment for Brandon Sanderson to bring the reader back online and say, hey, they're not lost causes. They're not hopeless. We can make this work. So that's where we're at with Elantris. I am getting ready to go on a trip for about a week. And this book reads way too fast. And I won't be able to make videos while I'm gone. And so I'm going to leave this at home. And I'm taking another couple of books and I'll talk about those. Oops, I hit my watch on the table. I'll talk about those in a different video, but yeah, it's killing me because I really want to I want to cook. I want to burn through this book. It's really, really good and it's an easy read. It flows really well. He knows exactly when to throw in action. He knows exactly when to let you in on secrets. He knows exactly when to drop little hints and things. He's good at keeping your attention, and that's all I ask. So I'm going to have to set this aside so I don't read it too quickly and miss out on, on content. Oh, this is such a trap I put myself in. But I got a couple other books sitting over here that are eyeballing me, and I'm excited to read them. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all the pieces, and I love you to death, and I hope to see you in the very next video. So long.